Across the highways, deep in the forests, along the cold, forgotten shores of America, the unexplained waits. These are not the local legends. They are raw accounts from those who have witnessed the terrifying truth. A solitary camping trip along the Great Lakes became a flight for life when something emerged from the water. A figure of unnatural movement and sickening stench illuminated by headlights as a bloated, lifeless nightmare. But whatever it was brought the stench of the grave up from the depths. In another state, what began as a night by the campfire in the woods turned into a terrifying pursuit. A group of friends encountered an entity of impossible height and proportion. A creature with huge glowing white eyes and a skeletal grin, leaving one person lost and another with questions about the friends who vanished. We cover the darkness that follows you home, a spooky game at a sleepover led to a child's doll singing a distorted, terrifying song, an unsettling shadow that lingered even after the door was slammed shut, and in the south, a reckless dare to cross a familiar bridge at night brought one man face to face with the area's most chilling folklore. There was a sound of something dragging across the asphalt, followed by the terrifying sight of one single open eye. These are the stories that insist on being shared, hiding the truth in the disbelief of the listener, but we, the storytellers, know better. We know ghost stories only have a little bite when they have teeth. Good evening, obsessors, oppressors, and possessors. See, I did it right this time. It is I, your humble and extremely happy to have gotten the intro right host, Alec McCann. And with me as always,
Julia and Zoe.
Zoe.
She's quite a distraction.
And we are here. Julia worked on this episode. I know what you guys are saying. Why is Julia constantly the one writing these episodes? Well, it's because we have changed the way we're doing things. You know, we're, as we've said, we have normal...
We're busy.
Well, I mean, we have normal, hour-long, one-story episodes because I have enough time to get one out, maybe two. But this month, I've been working on the Halloween episode, which is done. We are going to record that sometime here in the future. I'm working on an episode for this month. I think I can get it done here soon. I'm on page...
The month is almost over.
I know, I'm pretty sure I can get it done. It'll probably be the last episode of the month. I'm also working on getting our Christmas stories settled.
Yay, Christmas!
And working on compiling Kathy's story so that we can have that. That all being said, this next set of stories doesn't come from Reddit. It actually comes from a book. Sorry, our children are doing
First,
things.
I have breaking news.
Okay.
3 months from today is Christmas Eve.
In actual news, Julia wrote these sets of stories, and I believe you said you were rewriting them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she told the stories in her own words, Although she does...
There is a couple that are quoted, just because I couldn't figure out. It was already a retelling.
I gotcha.
So it was hard to retell it again. So.
Fair enough. But they come from the book Creepy Campfire Stories. Now, we've had a few camping, hiking stories. I think everybody knows that. And it's usually when the beauty of nature takes a sinister turn. You know, possessed dolls at sleepovers, brujas, creepy churches, curses, monsters. I think we've covered all of that. So these stories will hit a little bit of all your fears. These are experiences from real people who have come face to face with the unexplained and lived to talk about it. This is a disclaimer, there's a disclaimer in the book before we get started, just to cover all our bases. So this is what the book says.
And real quick, there will be a part 2, so some of this stuff we haven't gotten to yet.
Okay. The stories you are about to hear or read, I guess reader here would be, have not been proven. Fair enough. These accounts have been collected anonymously from various...
Collected how?
Anonymously.
It sounded like you said anonymously.
No, I said anonymously. From various sources. So names, identifying details have been removed or changed, unless otherwise noted. Keep in mind, these stories are not told through my perspective, or even mine, since this is what the book says directly, but through the perspectives of those who experience them or what they've heard from others. Some stories in this collection include mentions of suicide, violence, or other adult themes. Discretion is advised. All right, Pervy Perrys, here we go. First story is called Out on the Lakes. It was the summer of 2022. I was headed to the Great Lakes for a much-needed vacation. The weather was brutal, heat and humidity, but that's Western New York for you. Unpredictable and unforgiving. After days of meticulous research and purchases of equipment, I had pinpointed the perfect, secluded spot along Lake Erie's shoreline.
Beautiful.
I'm sure it is. The drive was about 30 minutes from my house. That's not much of a vacation, but okay. It was 30 minutes from my house. Close enough if I needed to head home, yet far enough from the city to give me solitude. You just get a fortress. You just throw a crystal into the Arctic, and it does something. Jacob!
There's an exorcism happening here.
Something. So, I finished setting up camp and found myself sitting at the water's edge with my feet in the water, reveling. I was about to say revealing.
Revealing myself.
Reveling in the absence of any other humans. Hours passed without seeing or hearing anyone. I was alone.
Ma'am.
Zoe Elizabeth.
She wants to be a part of the episode.
We have no food.
I gave you all of it.
We have no food. Vulture.
I wish we had a camera we could move
we just show her. Hold on. We probably get that done. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we're doing. Wait a minute. Tell us about it. Tell us about it. Don't record for the corner. Tell us. Tell us. Woo! That's our Zoe. I gotta fix this. Alright, so. What's happening?
You've made a terrible mistake.
Yeah, we shouldn't have shown that dog. Goodness gracious. You alright?
That's weird. Yeah. You didn't hear that?
No. someone's little crazy. Now, after watching the sunset, I retired to my tent, leaving the flap unzipped to maintain my connection with the night. Sometimes I like to leave my flap unzipped to, possibly reconnect with my wife. Man, the people at Wordplay are going to watch this and be like, no,
Right.
Never mind. So, the sounds of the crickets and the gentle lapping of waves put me into a peaceful slumber. Not sure how long I slept before the sound of splashing jolted me awake. It was alarmingly close to my campsite. My fire had diminished to embers. I turned my attention lakeward, expecting to see just a large fish stranded. But what I witnessed sent chills down my spine. A figure, slightly smaller than me, emerged from the water. I could only see its outline backlit by starlight as it moved with an unnatural gait, as if bipedal locomotion were an alien concept. The sound that it came from it froze my blood in my veins.
Ow. Sorry. I pushed my fingernail into where my nail ripped off.
No one asked for your opinion, lady.
I did.
I can't see this. Man, I'm telling you what, I might need glasses. Are these prescription?
No.
These are just reading glasses?
We probably both need to go to an eye doctor.
I'm gonna fix this. I can see some crusties. You know how it is when you can only see certain things. I don't like there being anything in front of the TV when I'm watching it either. Alright, here we go.
I do. I like them good walls.
I was talking about like when the flashlight's in front of the screen or something.
Ugh.
Alright.
Or the sun.
Well, not on, just like if there was a cup in front of the screen or something, that kind of thing. Now, the sound that came from it froze my veins. It was a low, raspy gurgle that, well, it reminded me of a drowning victim's final gasps. It was just strange. Shock and disbelief warred inside my mind as I struggled to comprehend. It was not human, not with those otherworldly sounds and nauseating stench of decay.
Foul.
Foul. That's what the 1-year-old that we babysit, that's what he told our 2-year-old or our 3-year-old. He said, "You smell foul." Man, it was nice.
It was fun.
He held his finger. He said, "Oh, foul." Yeah, that's always
I forgot
fun.
to tell his mom about that.
Oh,
she'll find it fun.
It was great. So anyway, where am I? Who am I? What am I doing here?
Assaulted his nostrils.
It assaulted his nostrils. Now, fighting the urge to puke, I grabbed my backpack, keys, and phone, and bolted from my tent, and I could hear it lumbering in pursuit, crashing through the vegetation, wheezing, and blind panic fueled my flight. I made it back to my car, and I made the mistake of turning on the headlights. The beam illuminated a nightmare-made flesh, a bloated corpse with the hair plastered to its misshapen skull, skin and unhealthy gray, and eyes as lifeless as dead fishes stare. I peeled out of there, spraying gravel, as I fishtailed back to the main road. Whatever lurks in the depths of Lake Erie, I want no part of it. It's also, did they say Lake Erie beforehand?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they said a different lake. How funny is it that it's Erie?
Right.
Anyway,
Exactly.
I want no part of it. Some mysteries are better left unsolved. Some waters are best left undisturbed. Okay. Story number 2. Here we go. This one's called Lost in the Woods. In the dark woods between Ohio and West Virginia, a night of fun turns into a terrifying ordeal for a group of friends. When I was 19 years old, I had a few friends that I'd spent every weekend with. On this particular autumn, we were at my friend Jonah's house, sitting outside around a campfire.
I can't think of the name Jonah without thinking of Jonah Hill, and
Oh.
it immediately makes it funny for me.
Now, you said these are written,
Yeah, but I don't know what anybody's names are, other, like, when they say, I did this.
I got you, so you just kept it at I and kept
yeah,
okay.
But then, like, reworded it.
I got you.
Type of thing, because it, like, and you know how, like, the websites, it'll even have, like, a username. The book doesn't have anything. It's just a story, and that's it.
I got you. All right. Well,
I could have made up names, I guess.
No, it was the eyes, I the eyes were throwing me. First person was throwing me because, but now that you've explained it, that's much better, and I can focus better. I'm sorry. That was just, it was... They're
all my stories.
They're all yours. You experienced every single one.
Yes.
All right. Now, here we go. On this particular autumn night, we were at my friend Jonah's house, sitting outside around a campfire. The air was filled with the smoky scent of burning wood and beer, possibly skunk. Now, no one wanted the night...
beer.
No, just beer. No one wanted the night to end, so when the fire started to die down, Jonah declared that he was going to find more firewood. Time passed and Jonah had not returned. Firewood was just behind my house, so he didn't have to go far to get it. Thinking maybe he needed help, I stood and started toward the back of my house. The wood pile was on the edge of the woods, and that's where I found Jonah. He was shaking, breathing, coming in visible puffs in the cold air, and he was pale. His eyes were wide, staring into the woods. I patted his shoulder and asked him what was wrong, and he raised his arm to point. My eyes followed his finger towards the trees, and I peered into them. A pair of huge, circular, white eyes peered back, glowing with an unnatural intensity that made my blood run cold.
Mine too.
The eyes weren't far off the ground either, so whatever it was either crouching or not very big. Jonah and I stood and watched, too scared to move or breathe. And then the creature stood. It wore a plaid red shirt and blue...
He's lumberjacking. Even the fish liked that. Did you hear him try to plop out of the water? He said, me too. Girl, me too.
Lumberjacking. The fabric hanging loosely on its impossibly tall frame. It had to be at least 9 feet tall, skinny as a rail, and its limbs were unnaturally long and spindly. I like that word.
Me too. It's fun.
It didn't have a nose, ears, or hair, but it did have huge shimmering eyes and a skeletal mouth that seemed to grin at us in the darkness. This sounds like the creature from the forest episode that we did. The New York forest?
Yes.
What was that called? Greenboro? Or something like that?
I think so.
And there was the White House. Like you went up that trail, but they kept finding this gray creature that would either walk in front of them or chase them.
Yeah, I do remember that now.
That's what this sounds like.
What was that creature? Do we know?
No, there wasn't anything. There's only one real source for it.
Oh.
That book, that old book of supposedly true ghost stories. From the 1800s. So, I mean, who knows? I just thought it was a fun story. But this does sound like that creature. We ran straight in, even the smile. It smiled, too.
I'm ready for some modern day ghosts.
Modern day. So we pulled up to this villa, and this dude in a hoodie came out and said, check it, bro. 6'7", and then just disappeared. And we don't know where it went. Another one came out and said, yo,
1738.
Another dude came out of the wall while we were trying to sleep and looked at us. We were in bed together and went, Rizzler!
Oh, goodness.
Oh, man. Yes, kids, if you're listening, we are up on the lingo.
I still don't know what 6'7" means.
It's just I don't know, it's just 6'7".
Like our 1738 from Trap Queen, Betty Wap.
Nope. Nope. Not me. Don't know that one.
Well.
I know in 1813 we took a little trip down to mighty Mississippi. Oh, wait, no. From here to mighty Mississippi. And then, you know what that song's about?
What?
The War of 1812. And then literally within the span of 40 to 50 years, we decided to fight each other. We beat the British again. And then we were like,
There's always gotta be numbers.
Always gotta be.
Just get rid of the numbers and the songs.
I'm referencing that within the span of fighting for our freedom again, because if the British had won, it was the numbers of the song that caused the war.
Yes.
They were like, not 1813,
they
boy.
They said our war was 1812. Why are you singing about 1813? 6'7".
So Jonah. Oh man, we ran straight into the forest.
Right? Why did they not run back to the fire, to the light of their fire?
You dumb people! You said, look, there's a demon in the woods. Let's run straight to its domain.
Right, come here.
Oh.
What?
It's a good thing we've only done 14 minutes. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Now, if you're wondering why all of the color drained out of my face suddenly, it was because of the fact that I realized I hadn't plugged in our mic. And we had done 14 minutes of audio.
But lucky for you, we are loud.
Yes, we are loud. We were noticeable.
And obnoxious.
Hopefully, the beginning part was loud enough, because I was being kind of quiet there because I didn't realize we didn't have a mic. But we are going to continue the story of these two idiots who go into the woods of a demon. Let's go. All right. So we ran straight into the forest. Branches whipped our faces and snagged our clothes, but we kept running because behind us we heard, "I'm Big James T, and these my woods." Actually, they didn't actually see Big James T. That was a lie. A lie. What actually happened was that they kept running, but then they lost each other, which is always great to do in the woods when you're being chased by a tall demon
in the dark
that was out there lumberjacking.
Yes.
Lumberjacking it. All right, it was out there saying, "When these kids gonna come to the woods having a pee, and that's when I get them. That's when I get them with my beard and my tall legs."
And my spindly arms.
Now, I fell about 5 feet into a pit. Oh, man.
As you do.
That was obviously a trap. The impact knocking the wind out of me. A bell was ringing, and then I heard voices. "I think we got it. We'll make that monster pay," a gruff voice said.
I could just imagine a bunch of rednecks in the
Right?
woods.
It's the mountain men. It's the monster men.
Ew, I think about the mountain men on the 100 and it gives me the creeps.
Oh no, I just meant
what you
Bigfoot
meant.
show we watched with Adelia Balsack.
I know what you meant, but I was thinking about that instead.
Now, I then heard, "What is that?" Their voices rising in fear.
That's a small boy.
No, they're rising in fear. That's what they're saying. "Oh my goodness, we caught us a boy." "Oh, we ain't gonna get out of this, Larry."
Better just leave him there.
"Larry, we better just dig this hole in." we ain't gonna be able to explain why there's a small boy in our hole. Anyway, so their voices rising in fear, people running, twigs snapping, and unearthly shrieks echoed through the forest. Did you hear that thump?
Yeah.
Maybe it was Max. I climbed out of the hole. I couldn't see the creature or any other people, and I realized I was lost. The trees all looked the same. And after an hour, ladies and gentlemen, of what seemed like endless walking and searching, my legs and lungs burned.
Cave out.
Burned. But I did find a cabin in the woods, and everybody knows it's always best to go to a cabin that you find
in the woods.
In the woods when you were at your house. Like you were at your house, saw a demon in the woods, ran into the woods to escape the demon that is in the woods.
Like I would think
lost your friend.
If I was to run away from the woods and back closer to my house, like when it saw the lights and the house and the other people, it's not going to follow me.
You would hope not. And even if it did, I'm faster than some of you.
Right.
Like, let's test this.
I'm going in my house real quick.
I can close that door before you guys are even on the first step.
Right.
All right, now. I found a cabin and I went in. And found a bedroom. And must have fallen asleep because he is Goldilocks from the Three Bears. Right. What the crap? You have a home.
First.
You came from your house. I cannot imagine you ran so fast into the woods and so far into the woods that you can't find your way back home. And you just found some random cabin and it had a...
dark.
He found a cabin and was like, I'm going to sleep here tonight. Right. So, she's going to be clicking.
No, where this one broke, there's a long piece, and if that breaks on top of it,
I got you.
It's going to hurt.
Now, I was then woken up by a scream that cut through the night like a knife. I heard footsteps nearing the cabin. Thankfully, I had locked the door, but then I realized the window's open. I got an idea and opened the door. The monster ran toward it, thundering across the wooden porch. I ran to the back of the cabin, climbed out of the window, and I glanced back and saw the monster standing in the window, watching me with its head tilted.
Nope. That'd be the last time I ever went into the woods.
There was blood in its skeletal mouth, glistening in the moonlight. Finally made it back to my house. I traveled 8 miles that night. Okay.
I bet his legs were tired.
Yeah. 4 miles in, 4 miles out. That's pretty, like, what are you doing? I never did find out what happened to Jonah or the other voices or people that I heard. But after Jonah's disappearance, all my friends moved away. I was the only one who stayed. And to this day, the sound of rustling leaves and unexpected twigs snapping is enough to make my heart race. And I bet it is. Jonah up and gone.
And
Jonah
never came back.
You saw, and he don't never know come back. You saw Jonah right towards the end. You said it. The beast's mouth was bloody. That's what happened to Jonah. Now, story number 3. This has no title. But when you're bored at a sleepover, tell stories and avoid conjuring demons.
Solid advice.
At the time of this story, my family and I lived in an apartment complex. My best friend, we'll call her Anna because her name is Anna, also lived in the same building. We were always together, practically a part of each other's family. One night we were planning a sleepover at her place like we'd done many times before. Being young and naive, we were really into the paranormal. Now, you don't have to be young and naive. You can be old and naive.
You just have to be careful with what you're doing.
Don't do anything. Just tell stories.
Yeah.
That's what we do. I know we have Kathy, our resident paranormal researcher, but there's a reason we have Kathy, our paranormal researcher. There's a reason. We like the stories. We don't want to be involved.
Yeah. No, thank you.
We're all right. We're all right. The interest was fueled even more by Anna's older friends who had joined a few seances and wouldn't stop talking about them. Because when you're a teen and you've had a few, you talk to the dead, they talk back.
You have nightmares.
Sometimes they Oh my gosh. If I'm not mistaken, the Smurls were supposed to have that girl be the or that demon be the boyfriend of the girl. We just watched the Conjuring movie, and it was pretty good, but I'm realizing now they screwed that up. If it's the same story that I'm thinking of, and I'm fairly certain it is, one of the daughters started, or maybe it's a different story. I don't know. I have to look it up later. Doesn't matter now. Anna and her friends have been parts of seances and won't stop talking to them about them. And not a day passed without talk of ghosts or demons. On the night of our sleepover, we were lounging in Anna's parents' room, sprawled across their bed. The room was dimly lit, casting shadows on the wall, which, of course, brought up the paranormal topic again. Anna suddenly remembered that her old friend had printed out a few witchy spells from the internet and given them to her earlier that day. We were having a real good laugh at them, reading them out loud. It's probably not like the snake one I found. Stop, snake! Or halt!
Do we still have that book?
I hope not. You probably got rid of it because, even if you hadn't changed your life, probably should have gotten rid of that book just because it was filled with nonsense. You want to turn invisible? Get you some bat gallbladder. What is happening? Oh, that's Jacob's phone. I was about to be like, who?
I thought he left.
Who in their... Oh, it's Ryan. I was about to say, who in their right mind thinks they can just blatantly honk at us like that? Man, it's just Jacob. Or Ryan. You know which one it is. Now,
anywho,
nothing else except the doll. Oh, I'm sorry. We were having a good time, a good laugh about them, reading them aloud. Anna's parents had a small, pretty doll sitting on the nightstand. Nothing else except the doll sitting. It had blonde curly hair, bright blue eyes that seemed to follow you around the room, and a frilly pink dress that Ryan wishes he could wear. But he can't because
he's a boy
and it's too big for him. But it rustled softly in the breeze from an open window. When you pressed her stomach, she would sing a beautiful song. Is he trying to hyperventilate to see what happens to the result?
Yeah.
Oh my. Okay. That's interesting. What'd you get, 100? He's got 100 oxygen. It doesn't know what to do.
It's freaking out and not reading anything.
Uh-huh. Well, at first it was the usual pretty tune that... Okay, hold on, ladies and gentlemen. Nice.
Perfect. That's a little fast heart rate.
So when you pressed her stomach, she would sing a beautiful song, and we had just finished another spell when the doll suddenly started to sing its song. Now, at first, it was the usual pretty tune, but then it changed fast. It went from being cute and happy to sounding like a completely distorted version of the song, and it wouldn't turn off. Anna and I, well, we were shocked and couldn't move, much less speak. The air seemed to grow thick, heavy, pressing down on us. And then Anna panicked, etched all over her face, shouted at me to get out of her room. Her voice sounded distant, muffled. She ran for the door and in a reflex
she left her
of fear, left her behind, and she followed.
She's a girl, bye.
Now, we didn't tell her parents like we probably should have. Instead, we just sat in the living room trying to calm down. Anna told me that she saw a shadow on the wall right across from the nightstand and the doll, which was what broke her from paralysis. Didn't mention she was paralyzed.
Right.
Was she always paralyzed? Did this thing just heal her? Sorry. I'm sorry. I was wrong. We ended up canceling the sleepover because I just wanted to go home. The familiar corridors of our apartment building seemed alien and threatening as I hurried home. Oh, they're in the same building then.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, safe. The flickering hallway lights only added to the creepiness. To this day, Anna still swears up and down that she really saw that shadow. We also went back to her parents' bedroom the next morning to check the doll. We thought maybe the singing mechanism had just simply started to malfunction at the worst possible time, but when we tried pressing the button, the sound played without sounding weird. No distortions or anything. However, the doll's eyes seemed to gleam with an unsettling knowledge as we backed away from it. As you do when it's a horrifying experience. She knew. Now, story 4 also doesn't have a title.
This is one that, so a girl was telling the story
She give me the Pepsi.
that her grandmother told her.
Okay, so this is family story.
Yeah, and a lot of this one is quoted because it's her telling her grandmother's story.
Okay, I got you. All right.
And I didn't know how to reword that.
I got you. You're fine.
And because it's a Spanish background, and I don't have a Spanish background, so if I was to reword it...
You didn't want to call him Becky.
Right. If I was to reword it, it would be crazy. It would
Okay.
sound like I was insane.
Although there's Becky G, isn't she Latino?
Who?
Becky from the Block.
Jenny from the Block?
No, someone else redid that song as a teenager.
Oh, Lord.
I think she's called Becky G. Alright, so story 4 doesn't have a title, but it sounds like Ryan is playing the Wii.
It does.
Ryan, are you playing the Wii? He's not answering me, so he must be playing the Wii, even though he doesn't have a Wii in there, but whatever. Now, family gatherings, where families come together to honor their ancestors and share warnings. That's it. That's the sentence. Family gatherings where families come together.
Like a opening.
Oh, I got you. This is a family okay.
Families come together to honor their ancestors and share warnings.
I got you.
Dun,
I got you.
dun, dun.
Maybe you should have read that part.
Or learn how to read.
I did.
Hi, Zoe.
Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed the last episode of Ghosted in West Virginia. The following is a personal account of my grandmother Rosie and her brother Armando's kidnapping. Oh,
Right.
okay. Hold on, Ryan, you gotta turn that down, buddy. What? Exactly. You gotta turn that down. Whatever is blasting. This story takes place in a little town just south of Monterrey, Mexico. When I was a little girl. No, I'm not going to do that. We always had legends about witches in the wild. Don't go out alone. Don't stay out so late. Don't stay out so late. If you do, Las Brujas will come and take you away. Now, my mama would warn Armando and me every day. Mama wouldn't let us go anywhere unless we were together, and the farthest we could go was the little store just a mile away. Now, we weren't well off, so we had to walk everywhere. After Armando and I finished working in the fields, Mama would let us play until nightfall. Sometimes we'd play tag with our friends. Other times, Papa would chase us around or take us exploring in the surrounding woods. He was trying to leave you. Every time you showed up, every time they showed back up, he was like, God, real deal.
Some papas are good.
Like, I didn't even see them put down the breadcrumbs. How did they get you back? The exploring was fun because we'd get to see a lot of animals. But we also saw little old huts where a group of old women called Las Brujas, or the witches in English. Everyone called them that because they were strange and constantly talked to themselves and tried to perform black magic. So they're just, like, mentally challenged? Like, they had some trauma in their life? It's like, there's them witches, and they're in there like, Greg wouldn't give me my operation, and I told him to give me my operation, and he said, no, no, no. Someone else says, Nancy, that was 3 years ago. You need to let it go. And that's just what she said, put it in a jar. They're all witches. No, the idea is that they're just mentally, like, handicapped. Broken, not handicapped, because not like special needs, but like crazy.
Oh, okay.
Like they don't have mental health because it left them a goodbye note. It said "Dear John" and said bye. Everyone called them that because they were strange and talked to themselves and tried to perform black magic. Now, one day, Armando and I were playing alone. We went to the woods and started to explore, but we ventured too deep and got lost. I cried and cried, but nobody heard us, so we kept wandering around.
Why did you suddenly become Irish?
I don't know. I'm alright with it, though. After a while, an old lady... Oh my goodness, you said it and then it happened more. What's that about?
It's supposed to be a little Spanish lady.
I feel like that would be super insensitive. Now, if I do a random accent, it's typically some sort of European, because I'm not breaking into an African accent. I might do like a Middle Eastern accent, but it's okay.
Did you know breaking into random accents is an ADHD thing?
Yes, but I'm gonna keep it ethical. All right, I'm gonna keep it my skin tone. That's or higher.
British.
Well.
Or super hillbilly.
But if you're naturally darker than me, I'm not gonna do your voice, like your accent. That's just rude.
Then don't.
Because
I'm darker than you.
Please. Maybe on film.
Not even.
I know the light, but see, the light hits me. The only way you can tell is my little ski down my nose slope that I got there. You know, little bunny hop in the middle. That's the only way you can tell I'm not fully white. Max is hunting a fly again.
Max is trying to get in the trash.
Well, he likes the trash.
That's what he's doing.
So, after a while, an old lady heard us and said she would help us. All old ladies. No! You are a bruja! And you're going to take us away! Armando yelled. No, mio! I know where your mommy and papi are, she said. I cried and told Armando that I wanted to go home, so he relented and let the lady help us. Okay, follow me, she said. Eventually, see, now I feel like I'm doing Fred Armisen. I know you don't know who that is, but oh wait, you do know. Okay, you know Eurotrip, right? Mm-hmm. You know the dirty Italian guy they rode the bus with? Yeah. Or the train with? That's him. That's him. That's he's hilarious. That dude cracks me up. Anyway. Eventually, she took us to an unfamiliar house, claiming that Mama and Papa were inside. And without thinking, we went inside, and the lady grabbed us and carried us to another room. She threw us in and locked the door. Armando kept banging on the door, yelling for her to let us go, while I just cried and cried because that's all Grandma Rose can do. Goodness gracious, you've cried and cried at everything.
She must have been the little sister.
Be helpful. Alright, this lady's about to eat you. Have you not heard of Hansel and Gretel? Do they not have that story in Mexico? Because you're living it. Right now. Literally living it. Your father didn't drop you off in the woods this time, but you live in the rest of it. It was quiet, but I thought I heard her repeatedly saying, Glory to God for giving me the blood of these two innocents. Yes, it's God doing that, which I can use for revenge. Oh, what is happening? I'm trying now, and it's just not. It's going
You're
into
Irish
it.
again.
It's going straight into Irish, which I can use for revenge on those who have wronged me before. Amen.
Now you sound like a
Shit.
vampire.
That's better than an Irish Spanish person. I'd rather be Romanian than being like, no, bruja, not be Lucky Charms. Oh, okay. I don't know how much time passed because I was exhausted from crying. I bet you were. I can't stop crying, Armando. Armando, why? And Armando's going, I don't know, but shut up. Man, they're about to cook us, and all you got is some tears. You give them people jerky
because
because
they're not dehydrated.
That's what she's doing. He said you're giving them people jerky because you're dehydrated now. They cook you up, you ain't gonna have nothing but salt in your body because you cried. Ooh, man. According to Papa, when we didn't return home, he went around town looking for us until he came to search for the woods. Or through the woods, sorry. He was like, where are they? Where'd they go? They just up and moved. Is this Hamlet? Is this Macbeth? So...
Is this McLovin?
McLovin. He said he stopped at the house where we were in because something, maybe God, told him to look in there. When Papa called our names from outside the house, the Bruja kept yelling at him to go away. But he said he thought he heard Armando, so he broke in and looked around. He said he heard banging, which led him to our location. And when he discovered us, he hugged us and took us away, warning the Bruja that if he ever saw her near our children, or our house, the children, or his children again, he would kill her. Mama, oh, she was a-crying.
That's where Rosie gets it.
She was a-crying.
Is that her name? Rosie?
Yes.
Yeah.
She was a-crying so hard. That's Italian there. You make me so mad. Oh, man. She was crying so hard when she saw us that it made me cry again, too. Gosh, woman.
Crying bunch of
Pull
people.
yourself. You guys are from Mexico? Why did your mom not whip off her shoe and throw it at you for getting lost and kidnapped by a witch?
Throw it. I'm gonna beat you with
Yeah,
it.
right? She's whipping you with that shoe, man. Oh, man. So, Papa yelled at us for being foolish and going so far in the woods, and Armando just looked at the floor. It's like that woman was going to eat us, and you did nothing but cry. Did nothing but cry. At least I got Dad's attention. What'd you do? I'm too tired. After that, Mama didn't let us go out anymore without her or Papa until we were teenagers.
Outside at all.
Never.
Sit in this room.
Never. She was gonna eat you. Never.
Can't listen. You're gonna stay in the house.
Every day I thank God for not letting Armando and me get into more danger in that house.
Or be eaten.
I don't know what the Bruja wanted to do with us, and I don't want to know either. I'm going to tell you right now, Rose, she was going to eat you. She was going to eat you, all right? Hansel and Gretel, this is the first thing you do. You find an old woman.
In the woods.
You don't say hi, okay? It could be the sweetest looking old woman. I don't care if it's Helen Mirren coming down the way in the middle of the woods. She'll eat you because it's not really her.
If you're lost, look for a biker. A biker man.
In the woods.
Yes.
Look for a biker. Although I'm going to say this, if you find a biker in the woods, make sure he knows you have no affiliation to the police because he is not in the woods for its scenery.
Maybe.
No. Oh man, that was music. I was like, where did we get a kookaburra? Them birds. Man, I love those
That's
things.
a penguin.
Oh man. It's a penguin. What bird did he see that he thought?
It
It was a vulture. That's right. So we're
A whole
driving.
group of them.
We're driving down the road, and Oliver sees vultures flying, and he goes, "Penguins!" Yeah, I said, it's not a penguin, buddy. And he said that penguin has big wings. Oh.
He's precious. And he has a back.
Yes, he woke up last night. I guess he had a bad dream because his brother JJ told him he had a back. And he was crying quite bad about it. Oh, and then he peed on me. So we've been having some good times.
So scared about having a back that he peed.
You have a back? No! Psst. All right, so this next one is story 5. Let me take a sip here. All right. An uneventful evening. Movie nights are out. Exploring creepy churches in. See, did I do it right that time? When I was working as a delivery driver, I was dating this girl named Annie. Oh, Anne! How are you doing? It's nice to see you back.
Right.
Okay. Now, we'd been together about 6 months when her family decided to move across the country. Annie went with them. But we decided to try the long-distance relationship. During one of her visits, Annie flew in on a Thursday for a week-long stay. You tear that rabbit up, I bet you. Oh, boy, I was actually talking about the dog is over here ripping up a rabbit toy, and that was unfortunate. All right, so anyway.
Look at him, and it's even standing straight up.
Yep.
He's like, run, rabbit.
Run, there's about to be a terrible crime. I shared a 2-bedroom apartment with a childhood friend, and right across the street from us was a creepy old church, probably built several decades ago. So what, like 70? Like, when you talk about old churches, so anyway, the 70-year-old church, the pitched roof the old brown paint was peeling off the walls. I'm sorry, I skipped a couple of parts of the sentence.
We got sidetracked.
And had wooden shingles with a very steep pitched roof and a narrow bell tower. You lie. All right, you lie. I'll free up some space later. So the windows were all frosted so that you couldn't see inside, and I never saw anyone come in or out. That Friday, I stepped out into the morning and walked to my truck. I noticed a... Did you hear that?
It's probably Oliver on his way home.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you may be noticing that Oliver did come back, and we are wearing different clothes. It's because it is the next morning.
Yeah.
We are recording... We're recording this before we go back, or before I go into work. So, we only have 2 stories left. Let's get this going. And if you notice a different change in our aesthetic, it is because I'm using a different program, one that I don't have to pay to get the old movie look. And I also found, like, VHS look.
Oh.
So that'll be cool, too.
Nice.
Oh, everyone, Oliver has joined us. No, you're not getting that. I know what you want, but no. Not right now. What, this?
Yeah.
Oh. There you go. Alright, so we just got done talking about the steep roofs and the fact that she noticed a light in the bell tower.
Yes.
Now, the soft yellow glow seemed out of place in the darkness. What was even more strange was I never noticed a light being on when we got home from the airport late the night before. Huh? The light in the bell tower, she never noticed? Oh, is this in her home? Okay.
It's in his home.
It's in their home.
Because remember, she moved away.
Right.
And then she came to visit for a week. And when they got back late from the airport, the church was dark.
I got you. That afternoon, I returned home from work. The sun was too bright to tell if the tower light was on still. I walked inside and greeted Annie. Did you notice that church light on last night when we got home?" I asked. "No," she responded. "Is it on?" "Yeah, the one up in the tower," I said. "Well, that's creepy," she said. Okay. Okay. Later that week, we took my parents' jet skis to a lake near my apartment, and on the way back, it was getting very dark. As we rounded the corner, I noticed the light was still on. Oliver, stop, honey.
You have to be quiet if you sit here, okay?
You have to be quiet.
You gotta listen to the story.
Everybody loves to hear from you, but they also tune in to listen to the story. And you can't be over here making a whole bunch of noise, like Adam is right now. Oh, he walked away. He's like, "I'm fine. You don't like my voice? Fine." Later that week, we took my parents' jet skis to a lake near my apartment, and on the way back, it was getting dark. As we rounded the corner, I noticed the light was still on. Now, we parked and got out. Okay. Yes. Goodness. Doing this with children is a lot harder than doing it without children.
Very much.
You're so far away from the camera.
I look so little, even compared to Oliver.
Well, he's really close to the camera. He's really close. We got a giant baby. That's what it is.
He takes after you.
He's actually my co-host.
The center of everything.
He's my co-host. Look, he ain't even chewing nothing.
Look,
he's just
he
moving his jaw.
completely covers me.
I know.
If I get over here.
All right. Come on, back up, boy. Your mom's my co-host, not you.
You're the
Get back, Scooby-Doo.
Co-host. Is he
all right.
Co-host?
He's the Coke host. Now, we parked the car and got out, both of us, staring across the street at the church. The old building loomed ominously in the darkness, the single light in the tower like a watchful eye.
"You cannot hide. I see you. There is no life in the void. Only death."
See, Frodo, it's not just you, okay? Everybody's being tormented by this giant watchful eye. And giant baby.
Who is now gone.
Well, Frodo's probably not. He's taller than Frodo would be, by the way.
Really?
Hobbits are 3 feet. He's over 3 feet.
He's almost 4 foot.
He's almost 4 foot, so he would be taller than a hobbit. Adam is about the height of a hobbit. That's how tall they look, like children.
Adam's little teensy tiny self.
That's why it's always fun when we talk about the hobbits, because you're like, "Oh man, I hate Lord of the Rings." I'm like, how can you hate these diminutive little creatures running around saving the earth by throwing a ring in a fire after getting stabbed by monsters?
Maybe I'll try to watch it.
Yeah, don't be stingy. I bet you like it. It's got but it doesn't really have dragons.
Well, just when
you don't like Elijah Wood because of the way he looks.
And you have also seen every time we start a movie, 5 minutes later,
you go to sleep. Yeah.
This is me.
Yes. Yes.
I'm not a movie watcher.
But if you can make it through it, I bet you'll like the story. In particular, I guarantee you, because you're very much like my mother, you'll love Gandalf. Did you like Dumbledore? Mm-hmm. You'll love Gandalf. Did you like the lion in Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe?
No,
Aslan?
He was my favorite.
You'll love Gandalf.
And when
I'm telling you.
He was laying on them stone things because he was hurt or whatever.
Well, I mean, he was Jesus, so.
I know. Well, even before I knew that, it made me so sad.
But that's what Gandalf is, also Jesus.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Oh.
And in a weird way, I don't know if she meant this because she also turned him gay. Which, never mind, but, I don't think it was necessary, but Dumbledore is also a type of, that type of figure. Not Jesus, because he doesn't come back from the dead like Aslan and Gandalf do, but Well, I guess sort of does. I mean, in the last book, he guides Harry through the train station.
That's true.
But not like
and
a full...
And it was like his spirit.
Yeah, but he's not a full-bodied resurrection like Gandalf and Aslan get.
Yeah.
But still, same type of characteristics. So I bet you, when we come out of it, you'll love Sam. You're probably going to hate Frodo. A lot of people hate Frodo. And
who's Frodo?
He's Elijah Wood's character.
Probably.
He's the ring bearer.
Well, now I liked him in another movie called The Good Son.
When he was a kid?
Yeah. And I think, so when the movie was presented to me to watch it, my dad wanted to watch it, and I was like 17 maybe.
Sounds about right.
And I knew it was like a 5-day-long movie.
Well, see,
so I was like,
it's
no.
not exactly a 5-day long. Now, if you watch the movie I do, it's about 2.5 hours. But if you watch just the normal cut, it's a normal length movie.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure
it's gonna take us 5 days to watch it, probably.
I don't care.
Because I can't stay awake.
Do you know how long it takes me to read the books? Forever. Because the dude, J.R.R. Tolkien, is a great storyteller, but you know what he does? He has a lot of descriptions for a lot of words. Spends 4 days on a door, man. Describing a door. Just 4 pages. Anyway, what's that?
Will you have time to call them? Because I have to do Ryan's paperwork.
Yes, but I don't have the number, so. Alright, so, anyway, he sees that the light is still on.
We got way off topic.
Yeah, well, not super off topic.
Off track.
Off track. But we were still on the same topic, the eye thing. The next day, Annie had an idea to watch a scary movie and then go figure out why the light in the church was still on, and being a fan of the paranormal, I agreed. Okay, I can actually get down with this. When you go to a haunted house for Halloween, you watch a scary movie first.
It makes it more...
I get that.
Yeah.
Although, I will say this, just judging by everything that we've read, everything that we've researched, and everything Kathy has told us, and everything we've seen on TV, probably not the best idea to go into a haunted house with preconceived notions of a haunting.
Right.
So that you don't trick yourself into being like, what was that noise?
And like every little noise scares you.
Yeah, it's got to be like a straight walking.
Yeah.
Or a boom boom. Like, not just animals scratching on the wall or, stuff like that. After the sunset, we cozied in for a night of terror.
That just sounds fun to me.
Yeah, let's do it.
Cozied in for a night of terror. We need one of those nights.
Why don't we get rid of a baby? We have it.
Well, if Jacob was more responsible, he could babysit, because Ryan would also be up for this night of terror.
Would he?
He would.
He'd be up for going somewhere, but he wouldn't be up for watching a movie first.
No, he wouldn't. That's where he gets it from, is me.
We get Jacob to watch the movie. Are you buttoning that so you're more modest for the people?
Yes.
Yeah?
No.
As you push your chest out at the camera. Anyway, Jacob watches the movie. Ryan goes to the scary.
Yeah.
Even though Jacob would want to go.
He wouldn't.
He had fun with Jacoby.
Yeah, but every time they are here and they're ghost hunting in the garage...
That's because he knows ghosts are real.
Jacob does not go.
That's because he knows ghosts are real, and he's heard us talk about how things attach. The minute I told Jacoby that he needs to be careful how he talks to things because they can attach and go home with him, Jacob was out. He was like, no, it's already here. I don't need it going home.
As if when I was younger, I too would have been like, let's go. I don't care if I bring something home. But now I'm like, no, thank you.
We got babies.
Right? I got babies. And I don't want anything attached to me.
So we finished the movie, The Woman in Black.
That's not even a scary movie.
It's not?
I mean, it kind of is. But let me tell you, when I went to go see this movie, I was so sick. I didn't even want to go see it, but I got conned into it by my friends to go to the theater and see it. And I coughed and coughed through the whole entire movie. So I felt bad distracting other people from watching the movie. Plus, I don't know what was going on because all I did was cough. That was the time when my lungs swelled up.
Woman in Black. I feel like I've...
It had Harry Potter in it.
Oh, the
What, Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah, with the
Stay.
castle. Okay,
Yeah.
I got you. With the land that,
Yeah.
like, you couldn't get across at a certain point because it flooded.
Yeah.
Okay, which was similar, not exactly, but similar to, I want to say it was Dead Reckoning or Dead Silence, the movie about the puppets. The woman that had the puppets.
Yeah.
Sort of similar to that, right?
Yeah.
Except it was way scarier.
Yeah, and I mean, Woman in Black probably was scary. It was creepy, but
Yeah.
I was just...
You were sick.
I was
We should try it
sick.
again.
Yeah.
Because it actually scares me.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
We
It's
have a
pretty
lot
good.
of movies to watch.
Yeah. Well, not really. We just like to revisit. We're getting dementia, so we get to revisit old movies with new eyes. Oh, how fun. That'll be the best part.
Right?
Get to see everything for the first time. Have you ever had ice cream? I don't believe I have.
Hey!
Whoa, this is an amazing invention. I could look past the scary things of dementia, not knowing where I am, who you are, why I'm in this bed.
Honestly,
If it meant
I
got to
you would really be scared because you wouldn't know what was going on.
I would have no clue.
Yeah.
I might as well have dementia now.
Me too.
Except
I do.
except I have things in order, but I bought you what? The moment?
I was updating
Oh.
her on his well-being.
I gotcha. Now, after the movie, I walked into my bedroom and stuffed my pistol into the waistband just in case. Did you put rock salt in that pistol? Because otherwise it ain't going to do no good.
Absolutely.
Now, I realize bullets won't do much against ghosts, so at least he's not dumb. But
I get the aspect of feeling safer with a
I feel
gun.
safer. And he said it would help me feel better against intruders and made me feel comfortable knowing I had it. I get that. It's the reason everybody with a concealed just carries, because they feel safer.
Unless you're my dad and you forget that you have it and
Yeah.
someone in the mall sees it and they escort you out.
Yes. Wait, what?
Yeah, one time when I was younger, like high school probably, we were in the mall, and I don't know if you could carry in places like that, because he never takes his gun out of his pocket unless we're at the school or like a game or like something like that where he knows he can't have it. And he just forgot all about it and had it in his pocket, and he went to get something out of his pocket, and one of the security guards saw his holster with his gun and got a whole bunch of other security guards and escorted him out to the car to put his gun in the car before he could come back inside the mall. Which I thought...
don't know that's legal.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he has the right to bear arms.
And he has a permit. However, he's...
like federal ground, I understand, but a mall.
Yeah, and it wasn't even during a time where shootings were prevalent.
Yeah, you
Like,
said you were in high school, right? So that's
yeah,
early 2000s.
Maybe even middle school. Like I was...
That's early 2000s,
Yeah.
late 90s.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
And shootings weren't something that happened.
The biggest shooting we had at that time was Columbine.
Yeah, I don't know.
Had the snipers happened yet?
I don't think so.
Are you kidding me?
But
Wow.
but for whatever reason,
Sensitive Nancy's.
don't carry your gun in the mall.
Yeah, don't carry your gun in the
And
mall.
I know gun laws are vary from state to state. So like if you're registered to conceal in West Virginia, like in other states, some of them you can't. But I didn't think Virginia was one because we border Virginia. But
Well, our
just to
laws
be
are
safe.
extremely different to Virginia's.
well, I
like a
know,
lot of
but
them.
concealed stuff.
Oh,
like,
I gotcha. Yeah.
But
It's America,
Yeah.
okay? Until we can't...
at this point in time, I wouldn't take a gun in a mall.
I would at this point in time. We just saw someone die on the internet. Twice.
That's true.
Twice.
That is true.
Before Trump got into office, we saw someone take a pot shot at him. Like,
And it did hit him. Like,
guns, I'm sorry. I know people don't like guns, but I'm for them. You know,
I'm for them too.
I don't have any because we have
Don't
children.
tell people that.
You live next to your father who has nothing but guns.
And I will say, I've had a couple people talk to me about BB guns, but they're talking about just little pistols. And
we got that Air Hawk Elite.
So I was talking to Carolyn was one and Desiree was one, because Carolyn and I were talking about Gabe having a BB gun. And I said, let me show you this BB gun Ryan has, because Gabe just has a little pistol one, like what I got. Yeah. And I whipped it out and laid it on his bed, and she said, that's a BB gun? I said, yes, it is. I said, it's freaking heavy.
It's a squirrel taker.
Yeah, I said it could...
It's meant to hunt squirrels and not obliterate their meat.
And then my friend Desiree, who... other side of the country, completely different world than we
Colorado.
have here. Yeah. I showed her that, and she said the same thing. She was like, that's an effing BB gun. I said, yeah. I said, it is. I said,
it's technically a pellet gun.
Yeah, I said, and it's heavy. I said, and it probably could take out a small deer.
I mean, it probably could. I've only fired that thing a couple of times, and it sounds like a gunshot going off. With a suppressor or something on it.
So we have that, so don't come here.
Nobody was coming here.
Kidding.
No one. We live in the mountains. We'll be like, oh! We need to finish the story. We got something to announce at the end of this.
We got to stop getting sidetracked.
I know. All right. So I realized that bullets won't do much against guns, but it would make me feel safer. I snagged a flashlight and we headed into the night. It was around 10 a.m. Oh, I'm sorry. It was around 1 a.m. I was about to be like, you're going into the night at 10 a.m.? It was around 1 a.m. as we crossed the street. Oh, there we go. To the church.
Hold on.
The light was still on in the tower. Surprisingly, we found a window that opened without a fight. The window we entered through was one of the many lining the main room. A large pulpit stood facing rows of dust-covered pews, an echo of sermons long gone and ears long abandoned. Oh, that sounded stupid. Anyway,
it started good.
It did start good. Sermons long forgotten. Now, we screwed up our noses at the musty smell of decay and abandonment. Most of the pews were piled taller than me of trash. We wandered around the church, exploring the side doors and hallways. We found the door to the bell tower, and slowly we climbed the stairs, listening for anyone up there. Our footsteps echoed in the empty stairwell, each creak of the old wood making us pause because we're terrified. We reached the top and found a smaller room full of boxes and more garbage. I also want to say, you guys watched The Woman in Black and then went into a church building that has this type of structure.
Right.
Like, there's no light. The whole idea of that movie was that when the light went away, she came out.
Yeah, and from what I do remember about the Woman in Black, is the castle she was in my brain is reminding me of this church.
Yes, that's exactly what's happening. We wandered around. Oh wait, we already did that part. I'm down here. I'm so sorry. Our footsteps echoed in the empty stairwell, each creak of the old wood making us pause. We reached the top and found a smaller room full of boxes and more garbage. Having walked through the whole building without finding anyone, I relaxed a little. Just a little. We made our way back to the window and climbed out, closing it behind us. Slightly disappointed that nothing happened, we crossed the street back to my apartment, and we were both very tired and went to bed. I was woken up later by Annie shaking my arm. When I woke up, she raised her arm and pointed to a dark corner of my bedroom and said, "Who's that?" Okay. All traces of sleep left my body as I jumped up and grabbed my pistol off the nightstand.
Ah! Did you get scared?
Yes. That is a pistol. No! I spun around, and the room was empty except for me and Annie, who now had her arm lowered and was just sitting in bed with her eyes glazed over. She was sleeping. She then lay back down and fell asleep without saying another word, leaving me standing in the middle of the room at 4 a.m. Got back in bed, but I didn't sleep at all the rest of the night. I kept the lamp on the rest of the night while I sat on the bed and scrolled on my phone, jumping at every little sound.
I've done that before because I'm scared. The parade is coming.
Annie didn't wake up till 9 or 10 in the morning, and I told her what had happened in the middle of the night, and she said she didn't remember any of it. She let me sleep for a few hours before we got on with the day's plans. Before she left for home, she told me that previous night she had dreamed about a woman being in our room. And that's the end of his story. And thank goodness, because
right? Such a abrupt ending.
There's a mosquito in here because I've been itching my feet and my arm. Like, I'm getting bit. And I don't know where it went or where it is, but it's driving me insane. So thank goodness we have one story left, because I'm about to kill my feet. Number 6. Now, in a small town where legends whisper through trees, one ghost story stands out, and that's the tale of Looney's Bridge.
This one's creepy and kind of long.
Looney's?
Mm-hmm. It's not what you think. I was thinking of like a loony bin.
I'm just going to go ahead and put this right here. Now, folklore is a great thing. Tales and stories passed down through generations is amazing. I'd like to share a folklore from my neck of the woods, and the night it became real for me. My grandfather used to tell us this story on hot summer days as we sat on the porch watching the sun go down and the night creep in from the woods. The air was thick with the scent of honeysuckle and the gentle buzz of cicadas.
Okay,
now,
let me tell you real quick. A lot of this story is also quoted because the first tale that he tells to give you the premise of his story is his grandpa's telling.
Gotcha.
Of the story.
I gotcha.
So.
Okay. Now, y'all listen well. This no mere ghost story. This is the true, with a little bit of a bite to it. Many years ago, there was a family that lived out in these parts that was moving closer to town. They'd been hauling stuff back and forth all day long. The father was driving the pickup truck, the brother was riding shotgun, and the daughter, Looney, was in the back with the furniture, keeping it from flying off. Well, as they were going over the bridge just down that way, something just awful happened. The wind caught one of them pieces just right and took it right over the side of the truck, and little Looney went right along with it. Poor thing. As she went over, she got swept under the tire of that truck, and it took her head clean off. Her kappa was detated.
I can picture Donald telling this story.
And shot it straight up and over the bridge, sending it down to the black water of the swamp below. Now everybody knows it's bad to bury a body incomplete. The spirit won't rest if it's not together. So everyone pitched in to help look for her missing head so the family could bury her whole. And little Looney's spirit could rest in peace, spelled P-I-E-C-E for some reason.
Shh.
As much as they remember, she wrote these.
This one I quoted.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as much as they tried, they never could find her head. And to this day, her head has never been found. They say if you cross Looney's Bridge at night, she'll jump on your car looking for her head, and if you don't hurry up and drive across, she'll just take yours. Now, he would always follow this story up with the story of his farmhand, Ike, My grandfather would say, his eyes twinkling with mischief, "Ike had a run-in with Looney's ghost once." Ike, a superstitious type, lived on the other side of the bridge and had to cross it every day to and from our farm. Knowing Ike's fear of crossing the bridge at night and his daily 3-mile walk, I began letting him take the tractor home. It helped him cross faster and eased his nerves. Now, one night, Ike was heading home from the farm and was about halfway across the bridge when the tractor started to putter and grind, then coming to a jerking halt. Well, it broke down for no good reason, like electricity surging all around him. His skin tightened with goosebumps and his hairs began to prickle up. Then the tractor gave a big old bounce up and down as if something huge had just jumped on it, and Ike then felt what he described as hundreds of spiders falling around his neck, slithering, crawling up towards his face. That's when he smelled it, the dank, rotten smell of swamp and mud. As the sensation spread across his cheek, his vision started to blur, as if lines of something was covering his eyes. He jumped off the tractor, ran as fast as he could home. And when he reached the end of the bridge, he turned and saw the tractor bouncing up and down again, as if someone had jumped off.
Absolutely not.
Ike quit his job the next day. Stop that. Ike quit his job the next day, and I had to go get that tractor because he wouldn't even go back in the daytime to go get it and bring it back. I used to love that story so much I would beg him to tell it to me over and over again, my heart racing with each retelling. I must have heard it 100 times, and eventually I heard it so much my childhood fear of the ghost and bridge got lost in the familiarity. But fast forward a few years later, when I was just a dumb teenager, I would sneak out of the house in the middle of the night and take my golf cart to steal road signs.
That made me think of a certain person, too.
Derek?
No.
Rich?
It's a child, so I don't want to say the name because I don't know. Maybe families want to keep that stuff private.
Oh, okay.
I'll tell you later, but
Okay.
you'll know exactly
Okay.
when I tell you.
Okay. So, my buddy had a boys' cave in the loft of his dad's old barn where we would all hang out. And we decorated it with road signs that we would take. Well, one afternoon, a friend dared me to get the sign off of Looney's bridge. Now, I wasn't afraid of the bridge, but there was something that felt icky and off about it. Going out there in the middle of the night was one thing, but the vandalize seemed to be begging for trouble. Still, I did know I couldn't back down, and it was late, hot and sticky as I snuck out of my bedroom window. As I raced down the road in my golf cart with my tools, the air rushed past me and helped alleviate the thick, muggy night. As I approached the bridge, the darkness pressed on all sides, and I could see my headlights bouncing off the vibrant yellow stripes of my prize. The sign was the kind with alternating black and yellow stripes that mark the entrance and exits of bridges. As I closed in on Looney's bridge, my golf cart started acting up, picking up speed before slowing down almost to a crawl.
I don't know why he went alone.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't steal road signs, but I knew people who did, and they always went one or two, or not one, 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah, because you got a lookout. You got to have a lookout.
Yeah, and who is that tall? Like, are you ripping the whole sign out of the ground?
Probably stand on the cart. Well, no, you just unscrew it. That's what he had his tools for. You don't have to be real tall.
Well, he's also a dude.
Yeah, he's a dude. He's not some skinny little baby.
Little baby man.
Or little woman. As we clearly can see. Look, now that you and I are, it looks more like we look more proportional. But if you put the baby in there, you look so tiny.
I had to sit so far back to give him room to get in here.
So, as I raced down the road in my golf cart with my tools, the air rushed past, alleviating the thickness. The sign was the kind with alternating... Oh, we already did that. Dang it. The headlights dimmed and flickered, and then the cart came to a jerking stop. I thought maybe the battery was dead, but that didn't make sense because it was on the charger before I took it out, and I'd barely been riding it. So I kept trying to start it, but nothing happened. I turned the key, pushed the pedal, the lights wouldn't even work. And then suddenly, they started flashing on and off by themselves. I left it. I'm gone. That cart is still there to this day. No. The flickering lights illuminated the length of the bridge, the bright yellow sign reflecting light back and blinding me, and then back into darkness. I felt the air like electricity. And then I heard it, the sound of water. Not splashing, but as if someone was walking through it. The lights kicked on again, lighting up the bridge, except this time it wasn't empty. In the middle of the bridge lay a blonde, yellowish blob of something I couldn't make out. I think I knew what it was before my mind could accept it. It was a thick pile of blonde hair. My heart raced, my chest tightened as the yellow blob started to move. Pieces of hair began to arch from the ground, one strand at a time, like a static charge. They continued lifting one at a time and then in clumps until a portion of the face was revealed and a single open eye staring at me.
That's creepy.
Yes.
I wouldn't have tried to get my golf cart, nothing. I would have been gone. Yes.
The lights went out again. I couldn't see it, but I could feel that it could see me. I frantically tried starting my golf cart. I only stopped when I began to hear the sound of something being dragged across the pavement just ahead of me. It wasn't constant. It came in waves. Each dragging crunch grew louder and closer. I was hyperventilating. Finally, the golf cart started. The lights kicked on. I clicked the switch to reverse, swung it around, and heard a loud splash as I hightailed it out of there.
He done knocked her head in the
He
water.
said it's kicked her right on back. Now I'm grown with kids of my own, and I often get asked to tell the story. And on cold nights, around a campfire, I always oblige. There's something about telling a story that makes it seem less real. Maybe it's the company of the listeners. The giggles of relief when it's over and they ask, is it real? And I always reply, no, it's just a story. Perhaps that's what makes a story become folklore. A tale that insists on being shared, hiding the truth in the disbelief of the listener, hoping to share that disbelief with them. But we, the storytellers, know better. And so do the listeners. We all know ghost stories only have a little bite when they have teeth. And that, ladies and gentlemen, seems to be the end of our stories.
I wish I knew who wrote this particular story, and I wish I had just quoted his entire story because he was a great writer.
Yeah.
And it was hard to pick.
Which part?
Yeah. I mean, he had so much detail, but there's no way I could have done it without
going severely
his
over
entire story. And I mean, it would have been. He probably has one of the longest stories in the book, but
well,
his
that's good.
writing was just amazing.
Phenomenal.
Yeah,
you liked it. Good. So that's our episode, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry it went on a little long, but I don't think you care when it's compilations. I had so much fun with this. This was a good one.
It was fun.
It was a good one.
And I'm glad I still have so many more in this book to do.
Yes.
Because they've been fun stories.
And it's going to be exciting. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we wind down here, we have a couple of things to remind you of. One, we are almost done with our Halloween episode. In fact, I think we're going to record that either Sunday or sometime next week.
Is it done?
Oh yeah, I'm done with it.
Maybe even Monday. I don't have anything going on Monday either.
All right. And then what we're going to do with that is hopefully I can figure this out, but I want to do like a documentary type style for this episode. So I'm going to try and have some reenactment of the scenes, but I don't know that we're going to get that. So, just temper your expectations. We don't have a whole lot of little girls that we can call to be the children of the parents, unfortunately. So
we could just put some wigs on our kids.
Put some wigs on our kids. This is Andrea, and it'll be Ryan, the oldest. We need 5.
Oh.
Yeah.
We could find 2 more.
Well, probably not even 5. We just need some scenes because typically it's just 2 kids alone or a parent alone.
They're the same scene.
Typically all 5 of them don't experience anything. Unlike last Halloween, all the family members experienced when Carolyn's feet went into the fire for no reason. So
laugh at that.
it was heartbreaking for them. So that's one thing to remember. We've got the Halloween episode coming up on October.
Here, I have these calendars. We could look here. Probably be easier.
October.
So here's October.
So we have it October we can't release it on the 31st because everybody's... How about we release it on the 26th?
When do we release on Mondays?
Yeah, we release on Mondays.
So
you want to do it on the
27th?
27th is when our Halloween episode
I'll write it
will be available. I really wish we could just release it on Halloween, but that just doesn't work. People are doing too much.
Yeah, we've tried it. And even Halloween being on a Friday, people are really going to be doing too much because not only are you taking your kids out, you're also partying yourselves probably.
Yes.
Which, no judgment.
Right.
But that's
also, we have, hopefully next week, we have the beginnings of the Dale Scott haunting that I've been working on, and it's pretty good. It's pretty fun. We also, if you need help remembering this, on the 18th of October at 6 o'clock, we are going to be at Wordplay retelling the very first Conjuring episode that we did. Actually, it'll probably be... I haven't decided whether or not we do 1 and 2 because 1's about 30 minutes and 2 is about 30 minutes. So I don't know about combining them or not. We'll figure that part out. I've already got them combined in the notes.
Like
so
to jabber, so
yeah,
maybe
we'll find out.
Just do half.
We will find out. We'll find out. I don't know how it'll go because you say we jabber now, but when we're doing a performance, we may not jabber. You may clam up. You know what I mean?
That's true.
People are in front of you. You may clam up.
And it's in the evening, which means I'm going to be tired.
Yes.
So, I would be best at 9 o'clock in the morning.
It will be at 6 on October 18th here at Wordplay in Wardensville. Bring, nothing. Bring yourself. Bring yourself. And
if you want to bring your kids.
Be ready to share and subscribe that you're there. All right. That being said, I will... Oh, right, yes. I'll let you get out of here. No, I'm joking. Listen, we actually need to tell you something. So Sock Basket is in the hospital right now because of some stuff that Eugene Lemon pulled in 1976. You'll understand next week. But, so she's in the hospital right now. She's not feeling too good. So Salty Garlic is distraught. She's worried about her best friend. So she's going to attack your feet with some vengeance. Curl them up, wear socks, everything. I don't even know that socks are going to help, but do everything you can. She likes socks too. So just do everything you can. Curl up them feet. Tell your spouse, if you have a partner, hey, I'm going to curl my feet. Would you care to leave your feet straight? And you should be okay. And with that said, I hope this episode thrilled you a little and chilled you a little. Bye.
Bye. Say bye.
Bye.
Say bye. You say bye? He doesn't want to say bye. Bye. Look at little Franklin watching his puppy videos, but you don't have to watch puppy videos. You can watch Ghosted in West Virginia and join our channel. And if you think about it, you could also go over to Ghosted in West Virginia Facebook page and share and subscribe there as well. Of course, if you don't, you're a loser.